Okay, good evening. Okay, first of D3 DKM 19F2002.
My name is Muhammad Izham Raziq bin Muhammad Faizul. My metric number is 23 DKM 19F and 2019.
And my name is Muhammad Hasiff Hanif bin Jumi. My metric number is 23 DKM 19F 2016.
And my name is
Okay.
Muhammad Madja bin Muhammad Badri. My metric number is 23 DKM 19F 2018.
Okay, now we move on to slide. Okay, contents. These are the contents.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the contents. This is what we're going to talk about in the slide later in the presentation. Okay, next we'll move on to the introduction. Okay, introduction for gas welding. Gas welding is a fusion welding process, metal joining process in which the ends of pieces to be joined are heated at their interface by producing coalescing with one or more gas flames such as oxygen and acetylene, with or without the use of filler metals. Flames is used as the source of heat to melt the metals at the joint. The intense heat flame thus produces melts and fuses together the edge of the parts to be welded, generally with the addition of filter metal. The most common gas welding process uses acetylene fuel is known as oxy-acetylene welding. This process utilizes the heat generated by the combustion of acetylene gas C2H2 in a mixture with oxygen. Okay, next we look into the objective. Okay, objective at the end of the arc welding. Serious arc welding. Gas welding. Sorry, typo. Typo. Okay, at the end of the gas welding learning, a student should be able to learn the basic techniques of welding, provide a brief introduction to engineering students about metal arc welding. And the third one is give a real life experience of metal gas welding to engineering students. Okay, now we'll look to the tools and equipments. The tools we use are goggle, hose, torch, non-returning valve, manifold system. The sixth one is filler rod, pressure, and then the seventh one is pressure regulator, eighth one is portable system, ninth is spark plug, 10 is plier, 11 is iron brush. Okay, then the 12th equipment is chipping hammer, then we should have face shield and glove. Okay, for next I would like to call upon Raziq to continue this presentation.
Alright, thank you, Theva. Okay, now we move to safety section. Now we got safety in the workshop. Alright, the first one, use correct shade length when welding. Second one, wear heat resistant, non-flammable glove. And third one, keep area and clothes free from grease or oil. Fourth one, report defective material or tools to instructor. Fifth one, use soap and water to check for gas leak. Six, we got welding and cutting should be done in well ventilated areas. 7, consider oxygen as the most dangerous gas. 8, now know the difference between oxygen and air. 9, we got does not burn itself but causes other materials. And the last one, keep all regulators and hoses free of oil and grease and avoid getting grease or oil on hands, gloves and overalls. Alright, next. So here is the safety precaution. All safety clothing when welding. Always protect your eyes from the light. Welding stands should be spread out and well covered. Turn off the welding machine when not in use. Make sure that the welding machine is earthen. And next, avoid pulling the cable on top or near sharp things. Make sure that your working place is clean and tidy. Have easy access to fire escape and fire extinguishers. Protect your face and body from heat, radiation, and molten metal. And please wear all the personal protective equipment cable from being in contact with hot metal, water, water, oil, and grease. Make sure that all line holder, earth clip, and connection placed on good place. All equipment such as hammer, chisel, brush, and other must be well maintained. Move all the flammable material of the working place or cover it up using fireproof material. A welder should not try to install or repair a welding machine. Has distinct properties and corresponding advantage and limitation. Next one I will give to my friend Hasiff.
Okay, now we are moved to type and properties of flame. There are three types. The first one is natural flame, which has 1:1 ratio of acetylene and oxygen. This is a type of diagram that the first one, natural flame. Okay, we move to the next one. This oxidizing flame, which has excess of oxygen. They have a shorter envelope and small pointed white cone. And their temperature is about 6,300 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, this one is carburizing flame, which has excess acetylene. And it has temperature of approximately 5,700 Fahrenheit at the inner cone tips. Okay, now we are moving to procedure and diagram. The first step is the pressure was checked and both gas valves were switched on. The pressure reading was kept in the correct reading. And the second, acetylene gas was released in a small amount through the nozzle. Okay, the flame was ignited using the friction on the torch. The flame was then set as natural flame. The process of gas welding were then started. Okay. With the inner cone of the flame, small circle was made at the beginning point of the weld until a pool of molten metal formed. And then by maintaining the molten pool with a series of circular movement, the molten was then moved slowly to the other end. If you move too fast across the workpiece, you will lose the molten pool. If you move too slowly across the workpiece, you will burn through the metal. And then, after the welding process was finished, the flame was then distinguished by turning off the oxygen valve and then acetylene valve. The last one is the workpiece was then picked up using tongue pliers. The workplace was then cleaned up. Okay. For the next one, I will give to my friend Daniel.
Okay, here is our discussion. This is about what we have been through along our project. First, the alignment error occur because of the technique to hold the torch when welding flame is not proper. The ratio of oxygen and acetylene must be right. And the next one, staying too long at one spot will cause a hole. And the last one, the speed while moved to the tip is too fast that will affect the penetration of the plate. Okay, next. Okay, this is for our conclusion. As conclusion that can be obtained from gas welding process is the problem that occurs on the metal in neutral weld process. Students also learn the correct way how to handle the equipment of gas welding and weld with correct position. Other than that, from the activity, student knows type of different flame and type of gas welding. Okay, this is the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening and thanks for watching.